Let's talk about it. Last week, we spoke about our old stories. Maybe you saw the replay, maybe you were on live with me, but we talked about how old stories can rise up unexpectedly and throw us off track. They unleash a challenging emotion oftentimes, and how we all have certain triggering events that can launch us into those old stories, leading us down a rabbit hole. We can go down these rabbit holes of feeling guilt, right? Thinking we've moved on past something. Why is it coming up? We can feel icky, right? And we can really limit ourselves in these old stories. Limiting beliefs, upper limiting beliefs, they all show up around a story that has some truth in it. So no fault there, none. But what if you could use those triggering moments, right, in life to turn them into divine gifts that lead to healing transformation? What about that? What if you could turn those triggering moments? We all have them, by the way, okay? It really doesn't matter how much transformational work you've done. The difference is they'll happen less, or you'll move through them quicker. But we all have them. And these transformational gifts are gifts that would allow you to shift into the new levels of growth and personal power. You know, oftentimes you'll hear coaches say the next level or the up level, we're going to up level. Okay, well, we can up level our own physical body. We can up level our physical cells. We can up level our transformation, our belief in ourselves. That's what life is about. We're never free from life's experience, no matter how much work we've done. But we experience them, by the way, with greater ease, okay? Because we're able to see them for what they are. I want to share with you today 3 key perspective shifts you can make that will allow you to tap into your sense of calm and allow you to tap into a feeling of empowerment when those triggering moments come your way. 1, give yourself some grace. Okay? Give yourself some grace in those moments. Many times when we have triggering moments or circumstances or an interaction that unleashes an old limiting story, an old belief, an old feeling, right? Because they all are intertwined there. That's why I rotate through them. We tend to make it worse by thinking we shouldn't be that way. We shouldn't be triggered. Didn't we move past that? Aren't I bigger than this? Don't I always take the higher road? What's up with me now? Right? It's how we feel, okay, is what I mean by giving yourself some grace. Because it just is the way it is, right? And we're going to flip it. And when we feel a certain way, it's just the mere fact, right? We can be, if we've been triggered is something that is somehow our fault. We create it as our fault. And I'm telling you, it isn't just your fault. We get triggered as in a memory for a reason. But we usually see those reasons as something being very negative and blaming ourselves, that we should be over it, been there, done that, right? And it's a feeling that we are doing it wrong. We do life long, maybe wrong. Maybe we shouldn't get so angered or triggered or frustrated over something because we know better. All right. When in fact, the triggers of emotions are a special gift that allow us to feel through situations so we can grow. But first, we must allow ourselves to be at peace. So you must allow yourself to be at peace when you are triggered, to be able to allow a different perspective. Giving yourself permission to be in ease in those moments and allow yourself the grace for moving through them when they come. It sounds simple. It's not. I'm aware of that. These are just 3 things, okay? Number 2, right behind giving yourself grace, I encourage you to embrace emotional triggers with an inviting mind. Embrace the emotional triggers with an inviting mind. Look at these unexpected guests as friends. who are arriving to remind you of where you've been in the past. But they do not have to be your future. Let them bless you with a temporary sense of divine deja vu and allow yourself to feel the old story that is triggered from a perspective of, again, been there, done that, just from the perspective, because it's from the perspective of the past, which means you don't have to repeat it again moving forward. That's actually a very powerful, simple awareness, okay? Number 3. The third is let yourself look at these temporary triggers, these temporary triggering experiences as the gateway to elevate your personal growth. Because this is where transformation comes. Number 3 is you're going to look at them, of these experiences, as a gateway to elevating your personal growth. For an opportunity to give yourself a boost, right, in the right direction, crafting your new stories, your new awareness. This way, every time you have a triggering moment, you'll feel that grin, okay? That smile come upon you because it's an awareness. Have you ever just caught yourself smiling? Yeah, that's what I'm talking about, okay? Well, you feel that gratitude flash just across your face, and you feel it in all of your body. Those are aha moments. Because now you are triggering actually the divine creator inside yourself rather than the broken record of stories of the past. To help these new perspectives settle deeper into your mind, heart, and soul, and spirit, right? I want to walk you through another empowering visualization today. Put down in your comments, are you aware? I want to know, are you aware if you have old, how do I want to ask this? Are you aware when you feel the trigger of the past? Does it impact you in your day? Share something with me, okay? Yeah. Anything come up for you? Hi, Samar. You might have that, maybe you go into work one day and you feel super empowered, and when you get in there, a coworker that's kind of a pain for you, right, says something inconsiderate, and all of a sudden you feel yourself tank. Well, right? Anybody have those experiences where you get triggered in things? Dina, thank you. Yes, yes, yes. Hold on, when ideas are put down. That's a biggie, Samar. Okay? Absolutely. Or for others, yeah, when their ideas are not taken, when they have these great ideas like you both, Dina and Samar, do, okay? Samir, you have these great ideas and people are more attached to their own agenda. I want you to really realize this is their thing. It's because they are so about themselves that they're not open to another perspective, because for a variety of reasons, okay? It could be they want the glory. That's the real extreme. It could be that only their way is the right way, right? But it's usually from their perspective. I promise you it's not because you're not giving great ideas. You're just giving them to the wrong people, okay? What else? Emma, hi Emma, yes. Some words are triggering for you. Well, share them with me, Donna. And yeah. I have some triggering things. I'm trying to think of some. I promise you I do. I promise, but I'm so into what you're telling me. But I want to help you. Maybe we just go through the visualization. I really want to give you a different perspective on these old things that come up. I'll give you one, okay? I've shared with you before, but maybe you're new to my story. I was bullied in high school, okay? Kind of picked on, right? And I went to the funeral not that long ago of someone and of a parent of someone that I was friends with in high school. And I ran into this individual. And my first thing, one of the people that really picked on me, is I froze. I literally froze, like I wanted to hide. I wanted to disappear. I wanted to be busy talking with anybody. But I did become aware of it in the moment. That's like an example of when we see somebody like that. Mm-hmm. Yeah. You can get triggered going home for the weekend, okay? If you don't live with your family. Yeah. When I'm doing healing work or looking at your stuff, yeah, that can happen. When you're doing healing work, okay, that the trigger it triggers you. Interesting. That's interesting, dear. Mm-hmm. I understand how that can happen. Mm-hmm. All right. Let's do a healing. You continue to put your comments in there, and I will come back and um, I'm gonna come back to them. Okay. But I want you to find a comfortable position. Okay. And I'm going to ask you to close your eyes, right? Preferably with your feet on the ground. Okay. I'm going to take you through a visualization. Now, I want you to understand why I do visualizations in our group. Is because when we have an uncomfortability, a fear, or a belief going on that this is the way we are and we can't change, the subconscious has to get on board, everybody, for transformation. And so it's kind of it's one of the processes I do in group work, and it'll help gain some confidence for in your subconscious, the ego mind, that you're safe to change. Okay, that's why I do them. So I'm going to cover my mic, or not my mic. I'm going to cover my camera, so I can get into my zone, and I'm going to guide you on this. All right. So I want you to get in a comfortable position. Close your eyes, and preferably with your feet on the ground. And I will be back on my camera after we're done. We're going to activate some cells in your physical body. And we're going to do this through a few breaths. All right. It's with the intention of really awakening your cells and to bring balance, of course. So here we go. Take a deep breath into your lungs, filling your lungs to capacity. Really, this big breath of new life into your lungs. A little bit more. Mm-hmm. There you go. And release it. Big exhale. And if your mics are off, I'd be able to hear you. Okay? All the way. Now on your next breath, it's going to be a belly breath, this one is. And I want you to fill your belly to its capacity. As you fill the belly, as you breathe into the belly, it extends. Hold it. Now sense, feel, and imagine that there is a cord attached to the back of your spine. And as you exhale, your spine is pulling your stomach back and back on the exhale, all the way. There's more air, let it out. And as you come back, you feel it. It activates the spine. It activates the central nervous system. You might even feel a shiver come up your spine. Now, beautiful. One last breath. As you feel your lungs, this is the lungs again. I want you to feel them, but I also want you to feel it all the way and then carry the breath up through your throat, eyes, all the way up into your brain, activating the right and the left hemisphere, activating the cells of your brain, bringing about connecting the subconscious and the conscious mind. There you go. A little bit more. Now, I'm going to count from 3, 2, 1. Just stay with me. Here we go. As you exhale, you sense, feel, and imagine that you are sitting in the middle of a vast field of gentle flowing grass. 3. The sounds around you allow you to become more deeply relaxed. 2. The sounds of my voice allow you to become more deeply relaxed as you enter into a state of your truth, your authenticity. And 1. You are sitting in a summer field with summer smells and a temperature absolutely perfect for your skin and body. You smell the aroma, right? That smell of grass, flowers, and the breeze from the trees. You feel a deep, deep sense of calmness and tranquility as the muscles in your body begin to relax. This is your field. This is your field of limitless flow. You feel at home. You feel certain. You feel empowerment. Seemingly out of nowhere, you hear your name yelled at the top of someone's lungs, and you move your eyes to the right where the voice is coming from. Their loud voice shocks your system and instantly pulls you out of your blissful state. As your eyes meet someone from the past who triggers an old icky memory of feeling misunderstood and the story that goes with it of not being valued or appreciated for all you did. Now close your eyes. Close your eyes and refocus. Return to your bliss in your field of possibilities. Boom, on your left. You hear another yell. Another trigger from your past begins to surface. But you're determined. You are determined to press on, doing your best to ignore their yelling. You return to centeredness. Suddenly, out of nowhere, you hear a third loud yell, this one directly in front of you. Yes, this person standing there represents your old story of fear, scarcity, and it triggers that lack of self-worth, which has a pattern of causing you to hold yourself back in life. I know. It seems like all of the peace of your field has left you. Bring your focus back. Come back. Back to your breath as it naturally activates your higher self. You feel a need to gently rub your eyes, as if needing to clear your vision. Once you do, open your eyes and take a closer look at each of the three people who yelled and supposedly shattered your silence. You see differently now. As your eyes focus, you see that they all represent an old version of you. Realizing in this moment that each of them wasn't yelling to distract, annoy, or trigger negative emotions. They were yelling at you to invite you to leave your old stories. They were awakening you to leave the old stories behind and to create your future from within your field of limitless flow of where you are now. They weren't yelling from anger, frustration, or guilt. They were yelling with fearless joy for the opportunity in front of you, the opportunity to take any moment that attempts to break you away from the fact that you are called to craft an abundant future of your own design. Reminding you that no matter what trigger may occur, it provides you a space to heal. It provides you a space to find the wisdom and growth from the past, to let go and start fresh. You feel it. You feel that smile happening from the realization. Stand up. You might do it naturally. Just stand up and extend your hands outward to all three versions of your previous self. As you look at each of the three people from the past, you see through them, easily realizing that they were in your life for a reason. Mhm. You nod in gratitude for their presence. You nod in gratitude to each one as you begin to feel an overflow of gratitude. You feel as you see that any trigger from the past is a gateway to your limitless future. You control your story. Feel the lightness of this truth. You can return to your field of limitless flow. You can return to this field of limitless possibilities at any time during the day, bringing your awareness at all times that the truth always lies within you and that you are no longer triggered by the outside circumstances that no longer represent who you are. Beautiful. Bringing your awareness back to your breath, I will count from 1 to 3, and you will come back to the space you were originally in. 1, bringing your awareness back to your body, back to the breath, as you sense, feel, and imagine the connection in your physical body. 2, activating the cells of your body with this new integrated truth, awareness, and the activation of your higher self, speaking the wisdom from the past so you can step into your future. 3, eyes wide open. As you are now fully owning your truth and authenticity. When you're ready, open your eyes. Hello, dear ones. Okay. Anytime with you have to talk with your father, I understand you. I do. And hello, Rose, dear. Hello, Sharon. I love you too, dear one. Now, this is a visualization. Amen, sister. Mwah. This is a visualization that I want to invite you to do more than once. Okay? Because when we have old people resurface in our life, and I use the example of an old person, I mean, somebody from our life here, then they can hold us back. And so, really going into this state where we're like, what is it that I learned from it? Why were they in my life? That allows us the freedom to let go of what it was and the hurt and the pain. And it gives us the freedom to learn from the experience so we don't repeat it, because we'll keep getting the same thing until we learn it. Okay. And that means we have to make decisions differently, by the way, when it comes to people. Yeah. Okay. I'll put my glasses on because we're in a 0.8 font here. It's really hard to see. What do I have on here? Hello, Ron. You know what? It's moving up that I can't, it's hard for me to see on here. I am so grateful that you are here. Many of you are in this transformation process. There's a lot of different names for that, by the way. Transformation is, we can have these great spiritual awakenings. We can have these major spiritual awakenings, and really, it's not a religious thing. It might be for some, but it's more of an awareness of who we are. It's those aha moments. It's the choices we make that we want to do life differently, that we want to experience life. You know, that is the blessing of COVID, everybody, despite the struggle, is we all were forced to do life differently. And now when it's time to go back, a big majority of people are like, but wait a minute, I like this new way. I like the slowed down pace. I like hanging out with, in my environment with my partner, and some people are really missing that companionship. And this is a great time to get out. So you see, we've learned a lot during the times that we have to push through uncomfortability, whether it's that we really are extroverts or that we really do value quiet time. Either way is good. All right. Who else is in here? All right. Thank you, Dina. All right. True story, huh? Okay. I wish I knew how namaskar. How do I say it? We need to be on Zoom. That's what we need. Oh, see translation. Here we go. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. It's good evening for me. Good morning for you. Yeah. So will you practice it again? Will you do the visualization again and allow because more will come up, by the way. It might be this time, it might be, something more around maybe even road rage. You might, a memory might come up about road rage or something where you were triggered in that. Triggers come up in a lot of different ways. I think they are first brought on by people. That's why I wanted to do it is within people. We can get triggers and those beliefs about ourselves. We can be very, we've talked about it, unforgiving of ourselves. We hold ourselves really responsible. We will forgive others before we will let go of that for ourselves. Anybody have a question? Jill, I'm glad you're going to listen again. Okay, I'm going to try and pronounce it. You said it. I listened to it for probably 5 minutes solid, and I should have listened to your name before I'm trying to say it. But I promise you, I did work on it. Yervashi. There's like a silent letter in there, and I listened to it seriously for like 5 minutes over and over again. I'm grateful you're on here with me. Good morning. Timing was perfect. Oh my goodness, I love hearing that. You're welcome, Jill. All right, this is a content today that'll make it easier to listen to again, right? You don't have to go through so much to get to the point. And I want to help you. That's why I'm grateful you're in here with me. I'm grateful I get to come live with you, and I'm grateful you interact with me. And so if you're watching the replay, let me know. And I love to communicate with you. All right. I will get this will be up. There'll be a recording put back up. You're welcome. Can you help? Oh, I can see a question. Can we help physical healing from a distance? Can we help physical healing from a distance? Not sure what you mean, Sharon. I do feel it physical healing by physical healing every day for people. I'm not sure what you mean. Can you receive it from a physical distance? Of course you can. Because that old verbiage that's very real, energy doesn't have a boundary. It truly doesn't. That's why 10 years ago, when cell phones were coming out, you couldn't go into an elevator. The frequency didn't go through there. And now it can. It's because we have a higher technology. Now cell phones, you can listen to it, talk on the phone in an elevator, right? Well, energy is higher frequency than that. We do it at a distance. I hope that's what you meant. Yeah, you're welcome. Samara would be interested in knowing how you're doing. Okay, any shifts at work? Sharon, I hope that answered your question. I'm not sure that's exactly what you meant, but you can come back in there and put more in there. Okay? All right, everyone. I'm sending you off in lots of love and gratitude, of course, that you're here. I see you, Sharon. Sending healing to a heart attack victim. You can. Now, it gets real tricky when somebody didn't ask for it. So what my intention is, because see, we don't want to disrupt with someone else's life path, right? And even though it's everything is in divine order, I like to think of literally, I don't say it as I say it in all truth when I say I'm sending love and support. Love is a very high frequency and we heal in love. And then when the body feels supported in love, okay, then we are not manipulating their energy in any way because they're receiving that love. Make sense, Sharon? If they have asked you for help, then yes, you can do that. Of course, distance would work. Again, with the intention of what serves, their life, their highest good. And that gets really hard when people are suffering, and they mean a lot to us. It's hard to. It's really hard. I understand, and I don't know who this person is for you, but those are some things. From my perspective as a healer. Ron, you are welcome, and I'm always interested in knowing how you are, so please private message me. You got it. You're welcome, Donna. Yep. Hope that helped you, Sharon. And Yavashi, I'm going to practice your name more, okay? All right, everyone. I'll see you next week. Let me know what you think down there, and I look forward to connecting with you in the group. Good night or good day.